If you're looking to build the best team in Madden, make sure you avoid the packs and save some racks. Heading over to MMOEXP.com. Use my code CC for 5% off. Link is in the description down below. Truth here is, this was going to be a pack video today. I opened 600,000 training and mystery packs, and it was terrible. So instead, we go, it's been a while. Let's do a best team in Madden. Oh my God, it has been forever. Now, if you would like to see gameplay with this team, it is going to be, or maybe already be up on our gameplay channel, which is titled just_CC over on YouTube. Go find that. You want to watch. It's actually really good video. Hey, you know, so I have a problem with the way EA has done things. Now, I think the ghost cards, fantastic. Loved them. I thought there were so many good cards. However, what they did with the Ghost of Future chemistries has really changed stuff. And I know I was not the first one to do it. You guys were the ones that put me on it, but once we put it out there, now everyone has done it. So first off, give you guys a hand. Give yourself a hand. You guys actually influence the way that people build their teams. People built their teams for the Madden MCS tournament yesterday. Okay, so you did that. You to me to them. So the best way to build a team right now is some sort of theme team. Now, I am running a 50 ghost, 25 playoff team. I think that this team is completely overpriced, personally. The way it's built is completely overpriced because there's not enough boosts with some of the stuff. And the ghost team, I saw a lot of people when this content came out, they're like, ghost team's done. It's not done. Zay Flowers, brand new card. He's expensive, and a lot of the ghost cards are expensive too. Like I said, this team is overpriced. This card is a 98 speed, 99 jumping receiver. I don't know why that's not good anymore, but hey, you know what? You just lie to people and hope that things work out for you. Because I can promise you, all these ghost cards and their boosts, they are as good as any card that came out today still. Nick Bosa may be the best pass rusher in the game. That was kind of a weakness of the ghost team. But we look at Zay Flowers, again, on a half playoff team. And he is, well, he's Jordan Addison. He's Darius Hayward Bay. And he's a lot. Now, it's still a very expensive team, and depending on how you want to fill in. So if you're just building a very generic, my favorite players I can afford, and a 25 playoff team, it's a lot cheaper. But again, if you're doing that, you probably want to be doing it for someone like Zay Flowers. Again, this team will get better as the playoff promo rolls through, but it's also going to get a lot more expensive. EA has taken it upon themselves this year and said, you know what the best cards are going to be? Limiteds. They're going to be higher in overall and all that, and that makes them feel very special, and they are. But it also makes it very expensive. So this is the way that the team is built. Until EA gets a patch, and then for all the fatigue issues, I don't think Taylor Decker should be here. I think it should be the 91 Trent Brown. He's a harvest card. Juwan Jones should be right tackle. Why? They are fat. He's 374. Trent Brown is 380. They basically will drain a team completely. Getting the fattest lineman is not a bad thing. Getting and throwing your Donald Penn tight end out here is not a bad thing as well. Just a couple things to say there. Or the Vita Vea tight end, a couple things there. But again, when building these teams, yes, this is what I think is the best team in the game. However, I think that you should build a team that you find is fun for you. EA occasionally ends up dictating the type of team you need to run. Like this, the Legends theme team in years past, if you remember that. They kind of forced your hand a little bit. And I'm kind of excited to see it all change and go away. I was hoping the playoff promo would help do that. And it seems to be doing that. It's not quite there yet, but I think it will be over another week or two. However, like I said before, all that means too is that it's just going to be easier to build the playoff team because you're going to get more ×2, more ×3 chemistry players. And it's just going to leave even more spots to build other stuff. Catch 22. Catch 22. I think the best quarterback in the game right now is William Perry. I think if you wanted to go a step below him and you want to spend some coins, it's Andrew Luck. I think those are the two cards I would be going with, or you could use Free Vic or whoever else you really want to use. But I think that's kind of where like it starts. Like, hey, I really want to be, you know, as good as I can be throwing the ball. I think those are the two cards where you go with. Me personally, I think at running back, a lot of them are really, really good and really, really even. The free Jonathan Taylor from the MCS is a very good card as well. To me, the combination of Michael Vick and Derrick Henry, if you live on Boardwalk, it's a pretty good place to go. If you're looking for good speed that isn't overly expensive, Darius Hayward-Bay, or just find someone you want. Again, I normally do prefer taller wide receivers as well. We don't really have that, but you know, like we're getting a Calvin Johnson at some point here. He ain't getting the Super Bowl one, and I'm pretty sure he's not getting a playoff card, but he will be getting one. So again, I think that playing the game right now offensively is a lot of fun. Oh my God, it's a lot of fun. But man, this is a pretty expensive team. Deion's expensive, Fridge is expensive, Derrick Henry, Jordan Addison's, they get very, very expensive here. And for your 8 AP now, again, use it how you want. I'm not going to be like, you need to have this ability like we did in the past, because I think you can get away with how you play based on it. Do you need a set feet lead? You might not. If you want to play at the absolute highest level, you'll need it. But if you're not going for that, you don't need it. I would still recommend a gunslinger, but that's about it offensively. Again, fat lineman, check. Try a tight end apprentice. Those routes are really, really good. Don't overinvest in running back like this card, and build a fun team. It's Friday, so that means Flex Friday over on Prize Picks. We got some new rules with it if you guys haven't been keeping up. So let me explain that to you quickly. Again, if you want to get in on Flex Friday, you need to make sure you sign up. Use my code CC. You'll get that first deposit matched up to $100. Let's go over the rules of how Flex Friday works. Now, it is a weekly promotion that you have to opt into. So you're going to want to go to your promos tab every Friday and opt in. Once you've done that, you will get a protected play up to a $20 entry for a flex play, which means that if you lose, you will get it back. And now you can pick anyone on the board at any time. They don't have to be playing on Fridays anymore. As you fill out your entry, you're just going to want to click that little box right there. Make sure you mark that as your protected Flex Friday play. Then it will be that way. And thank you to Prize Picks as always. Use code CC. Thank you guys. Back to the video. And defensively is where the team gets, to me, more fun, even though like he's doing their best to try to nerf defense. Using Gronk, Julius Peppers, Randy Moss, Devin Hester. I'm having so much fun with these cards and seeing what they do out there. It's awesome. The only thing I would try to recommend as much as possible is when possible, when available, 0 AP lurk artist linebackers are key. I do think that getting someone really, really tall is nice. Harold Carmichael is your best option there as a budgeter user. Oh, but this card's cheaper. There's a reason, you know, he's probably not tall enough or not fast enough. I think Gronk is probably, Gronk and Carmichael are like A and B to me when it comes to users with the linebacker standpoint. Again, I want to have as many 0 AP lurk artists out there because I can throw them in at DNs and all that sort of stuff and kind of have that advantage, especially someone like Gronk who can actually rush the passer, so you can throw him in there, and if you leave him there, again, that's a real rich person's problem. But if you notice in the MCS event, people were doing that too. I think Julius Peppers at free safety is your best option. I think your second best option is probably that Mike Evans, again, who was free. At strong safety right now, Bo Jackson or the Isaiah Pacheco. Again, could go either way. I think Randy Moss at corner is great. Tariq Woolen, who we don't have on the team here, also phenomenal card. I think Devin Hester is better as a slot corner because he has good pass rushing abilities. But again, EA sort of took the fatigue and all that. But he's got like 91 finesse move and like 90 block shed. So having him closer to the ball, I think, is a very good thing. When it comes to pass rushers, I can say Nick Bosa looks like the best pass rusher. However, I can play an entire game, and this Aaron Donald will still probably end up doing better. I do not know why. I would not over-invest in my D-line. What I would do, and a card I noticed a lot, who again is not on this team because he doesn't fit into the build right now, was the zero chill right end David Bakhtiari. I think that card is actually really, really good. He's not too expensive. If you're looking for someone, he's a pretty good option there. Again, otherwise, it's just fun the way you want to build this team out. And again, we put together this half playoff team, and you can see we have one starter on defense. We could have more. You could have a Ryan Neal out here or some of these other guys. Absolutely. I just don't think that they're as good. Ryan Neal's got 95 speed. He's 6'3". That's pretty good. He would have 96 speed on this team. Well, this card is 97. He's 6'1", 99 Excel, and he gets pick artist for cheap. This card's fine. This card's fine. If I didn't have a ghost team, Ryan Neal would be my starting strong safety. 100%. Again, do I notice Will Anderson? No. Jalen Carter? No. I played a little bit with Nick Bosa. I don't think he did anything. And the stats say Nick should do something, okay? Now, again, we go back to some earlier points. People thinking that this sort of theme team, man, it's on its way out. You can't look at this card and tell me it's on its way out. If this card dropped right now with these stats, it would be 3 or 4 million coins by itself. Again, and he's got the physical 93 finesse move. Sorry, right? This team isn't going anywhere, and I think, in fact, you could continue to use it until it's absolutely devalued. Look at this card. It's a 6'4" corner with 98 speed, 99 excel, 99 agility, 99 jump, 98 man, 95 zone, 94 press. God, this is not a good team anymore. Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Again, I don't like that EA did this. I think it's too overpowering. The cards are too good. And when stuff like that happens, it actually makes content drops underwhelming. And I hope EA takes note of this and makes changes. Again, you want to do regular old sort of theme teams like they did with the playoff stuff here? Absolutely, totally fine, right? Totally fine. But when you're giving me these types of boosts, boy, you did something wrong, okay? When we're talking about defensive abilities, we mentioned Lurk Artist for 0. If you guys don't have zone KOs, you are missing out. I would have them out there. And I would do it based on the scheme or the coverage shell that you like to run the most. If you're a cover 2 guy, you got to have flat zones on the outside. You got to have deep out zones. Maybe a random guy with deep out and deep in, right? If you happen to see someone who can get deep zone KO, that's not bad as well. That's why a lot of people use that Darren Woodson card from the last season. That's where I would go with the abilities. Otherwise, just start throwing stuff on. Inside stuffs, you can get a bunch of guys with 1 AP inside stuff now. That's cool. And I think for now, until we see how things sort of play out, and I expect us to get more and more discounts, because that's the way EA is going to be able to push us off of some of these cards However, they gave them ridiculous discounts in the first place. Randy Moss, he's a special deep zone KO X Factor, which I've unlocked at some point. Flat zone, I'll pay 2 for it. Lurk artist for 0. How? EA will know that this is the way they have to go. And I think what they're going to do is draw out all this stuff as long as possible so that they're not giving us reduxes of some of these LTDs, so that they kind of like drift off away. Because if there was reduxes for these cards, it would be real cheap to build a team that is this good, and I don't think they want that. So instead, they're going to give us really, really nice looking cards with good discounts and try to just hammer that into us. There's an AKA promo coming up. Again, I love this team. It is fun to play with. I would prefer to play with something a little bit different, and I hope EA sort of forces our hand into that. Will they? We'll find out. But until then, I'm gonna rock it because it's one of the coolest team builds with a bunch of cool cards. It's just so expensive. So expensive. Thank you guys. If you guys have any questions about team building, put them in the comments. You can always ask me on Twitter. I will try to respond if I see it, and I do miss stuff, and I apologize. Thank you guys. I love you. I'm out. Peace.